mommy. Ooh, oh.
Oh.
I'm showing way too much.
No, let him.
Let him loose. Let him loose. All right. Wow. If you're tuning in, this I feel so bashful. I am a werewolf for Halloween, and Mary is
The wolf's dinner.
the wolf's dinner.
Yeah.
The wolf's dinner. A lamb. Mary had a little lamb.
Yeah.
So, welcome everyone to our first official YouTube cast to Freaks of a Feather. I'm Emily Wooten, and this is
A very vulnerable Mary Boom. Hi, everyone. Hello.
very vulnerable.
Very vulnerable and scared. I'm full of piss.
You're full of piss.
Well, this pillow is now.
Well, luckily that pillow is very spongy, so it'll absorb everything. But yeah, so I just moved down here. I'm living upstairs in one of Mary's spare
In the
rooms.
broom closet.
I'm living in the broom closet.
Yes,
Yeah, much like a dog.
Yeah.
Hence.
It works out. Yeah. She's
Yeah.
my furry captive.
So yeah, we went to Sevierville, Tennessee, which if you've never been to Sevierville, Tennessee, is like what is it? Vegas for Christians?
Yeah, it's Vegas for Baptists.
1, 2, 3, ready, here we go. Ah, grip it and rip it.
You can't even see what you're drinking through your furry claws.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh,
It's not that kind of show. Oh, it's a Fresca. Oh, it's delicious. Ooh, oh.
This will be diarrhea later.
What is that?
One of those blueberry lemonade things. So I forget.
Oh,
Sunkiss?
yeah, Sunkiss. Fun. So yeah, we went to Sevierville, which is like redneck Christian Vegas. So it's all family fun. There's hardly any bars or anything. There is a giant replica of the Titanic.
Yeah.
You're just driving along, looking at the beautiful mountainside, and then what's that? It's just a steamer. It's just hanging out of a mountain.
Listen, I thought this is under the ocean. This is. Wait a second. These is mountains here. Maybe
They brought it up from the ocean.
Wow, never really thought about that.
There's King Kong. Yeah.
Yep.
Planet Hollywood.
Yeah. The Wax Museum.
Yeah. Everything is really, really loud, vibrant, and
creepy.
Creepy.
Like it's just so much traffic.
So much traffic.
But
we went to Smoky Mountain Knife Works,
which sucks.
So this place, it's like this old, what do you call it? Like kind of like an old mill that they turned into like leased to shops, right? So in the top, you can buy an AR-15.
Yay!
And then in the basement, there's a separate shop that's called the Relic Room, where you can buy antiques and crystals and all sorts of fun, metaphysical things.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's really funny. They have, next to the metaphysical shop, is an animatronic scene with a country bear.
He's beautiful.
He is a big, beautiful, bushy raccoon.
Yes.
And a hound dog, and you put like a little quarter in, you press a button, and they do a little ditty for you.
A little song and dance, and I'm horrified of animatronics. So
I love them.
She loves them.
I love them.
She also loves the Muppets, and
I do love the Muppets, and it tickles me pink that you're so afraid of.
Yes. It's my weakness.
Kermit the Frog usually brings joy to most people. Incites fear and trauma in Mary.
Yeah.
And we, my first week back in the South, ran into a big old yee truck, which the yee trucks have double wheels on the back.
Oh, the dualies.
The dualies, yeah. Big old yee truck with painted blue, black, and white checkerboard. And I was like, oh, that's the pussy wagon, baby. It's like, yay. Going down to the food city, going to meet my future wife.
Yeah, we discovered the truck on these. So I go to pick up my son
so
from his
stupid.
father. Yeah. It's hilarious. Well, so she's gone to pick up my son from my baby daddy. So it's been a very fun, some fun adventures, some awkward
we have
things.
I'll make sure my ears are just right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so ran to the pussy wagon.
Yeah.
I felt honored, and then of course we drove by the house of the TLC age gap love couple.
Yeah. So in Tennessee, in Maryville, I don't know if I should put where I live. We're recording or?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought we were still testing.
Oh no, we're not testing.
All right. Well, yeah. So in Tennessee, where I live, there is an age gap couple. One is 19. He's 19 years old, married a 72-year-old woman. And I watched the show and I'm like, damn, I've seen that house on the back roads on the way home. I did point it out in the dark last night, but it wasn't very visible. But it's the house. And
age gap love.
Yeah.
72 and 19.
And that was a while ago.
You told your grandma and she was like,
Yeah, she's like, well, she's pretty.
As much as say, like,
yeah. Yeah. She was digging it.
Get you some.
She's like, oh, that's a thing? That's normalized now? All right. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
fun.
there, it's trying times right now. Okay.
Truly.
It's hard to find a good, affordable place to live.
True.
All right. You find an older woman, you slide her some pipe. She lets you live in, I guess the spare bedroom.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky,
Lucky.
It's one of those things,
Yeah.
So I thought first things first, we would, and I'm going to have to check this in 20 minutes to see if this camera shut off. I got to take my paws off for this one.
Ooh.
I bought we went to a CBD gas station vape shop that sells pearl oysters.
Oh, and they had a cockatoo
And they had a cockatoo in the shop and they sold Sailor Moon pendants. It was a very weird shop.
There was also a barber's chair.
There was a barber's chair and he offered to give you a haircut.
He offered to shave my face, which I was very offended.
It's
like,
come here,
do
baby.
I look like someone?
Do I look?
How did you know?
Oh
God.
Oh. Okay, so you go brave. Oh God, I hope there's no juice. Oh, what are you supposed to do? Like fucking?
Oh,
you're supposed to crack these bitches. Oh, there she is. She got a pink pearl.
Ooh, I got.
Oh, she smells like rotten bus, but
a pearl.
A white pearl. Oh, did you get some juice too?
Oh, of course. No more pearls. Oh, this is a bad idea. Oh.
Was that vabbing? Like
vabbing? Yeah. Yeah, put my stank on everything. Make the men go crazy.
Okay, we're just gonna put that out of sight.
All right, come here, Ripley. Take care of this. Oh, she's deep in her ass right now.
Yeah, the dog is chewing real hard. Okay, let me put my
mitts back on.
Put my
They shed quite a bit.
They shed quite a bit.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mary, I thought we would start off this episode with, a little Halloween questionnaire.
Okay.
Okay. So, Mary, what is your favorite Halloween movie? Or movie to watch on Halloween, I should say.
I love Pet Sematary. That's a favorite.
It's a good one.
Cat's Eye.
Oh, my God. Cat's Eye.
Yeah. What else?
I'm going to kill your dog in a second.
Yeah. I have to take her life.
I love her.
Yeah.
But
she's very needy. I have a golden retriever. She's very needy. If I had her down here, she'd be right here. But she would also try to jump on the table and catch my house on fire with this candle. So we won't.
Quite literally,
Yeah.
no, we won't entertain her in that way. Yeah, so my favorite Halloween movie, let's see here. I love Sleepy Hollow.
Okay.
I'm a huge, I love horror movies, period. So, like, one specifically that remind me of Halloween or Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and I have to say, I have watched it recently, and I still love it, is Ernest Scared Stupid. Ernest P. Worrell.
Oh.
I love Jim
Nice.
Varney. But yeah, I love The Exorcist, though. That's one of my favorite movies. So
Except for the first time you ever watched it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was 4 years, my father was watching The Exorcist late one night. I guess he and my mother had gotten into a fight or something. He was drunk and he passed out while The Exorcist was still playing on the TV.
Yeah.
And I was like 4 or 5, and I was wanting a glass of water or something. And I got up and I wandered into the room right at the part where her like head's spinning around and she's spewing blood everywhere.
Oh God.
And it scared me so bad. I ran. I was like shaking my head. I was like, Dad! And he was like, it's make believe. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's make believe.
Yeah.
These animals.
My dog's adjusting herself.
Yeah, that's a dark story from my childhood.
Yeah.
My mother was not happy about that one.
No.
Okay, what is your least favorite horror movie franchise?
Oh, Chucky. I don't like Chucky. That goes along with the animatronics and anything that looks human, but it's not. It just.
You don't like it because it's too scary or because Chucky's stupid?
Well, he's stupid and he just falls into that category of stuff I'm not really wild about.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Child's Play is mean.
Yeah.
I could not give a shit less about Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about Halloween, the Halloween series. I really don't care. Slasher films, period. I'm just kind of like,
It's this might piss people off, but I really didn't care for Scream.
No.
It's just kind of whatever.
No.
Yeah.
I maybe this is like stuck up, but I feel like Friday, I feel like Chucky and Scream and all of that they're horror for simple folks.
Yeah. Simple horror fans,
Simple one. And I know we're going to get a lot of backlash on that. I'm sure there's a lot of people like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck off.
I love Scream. Chucky is the fucking bee's tits. But not in my house.
Nah.
What is your favorite horror movie franchise? I have a soft space in my heart for Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
I do. I don't know what it is. I think because when I was a kid and I watched it and the part where all the bodies are stitched up on the wall, I was like, ew, wicked.
Whoa. Yeah. I would say Children of the Corn. I liked that.
It's a good one.
I liked
That's
that.
nice. That's
Sixth
nice
Sense. I did like that.
Oh, that's not really a franchise.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Well.
It's a movie.
It's a movie. Favorite monster? Like when you... I'll say mine. Mine is a werewolf.
Okay.
Obviously. Werewolf in that rip you from stem to stern, tear you, disembowel you werewolf.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I'm tortured and I turn into a werewolf. A werewolf.
Favorite monster? I don't know. I don't really have a favorite one.
No Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Nah.
Ghosts, witches.
I mean, yeah, like cryptids and stuff like that, but there's not a lot of.
Mummy. No.
Bigfoot, maybe. I don't know. He's kind of a
Bigfoot?
monster. I don't
Okay,
know.
there you go.
Yeah.
He's kind of a monster.
He's kind of also my lover, but
he's kind of a monster. I love him and I hate him.
But he's mine.
He's he's mine. He's all mine. Bigfoot. He's been convicted of some domestics.
He is on the list.
He's on a list. So now we're going to get into our complaints and grievances department. So, Mary, you've had the reason why we didn't have an episode last week is you've had some family stuff going on.
Yeah. So several years ago, my grandmother got breast cancer, and it's been, she's been free and clear for quite some time, and we found out she's got stage 4 cancer. So it's back, and it's not a good situation. So it's been a little hard it's been a lot hard on me and my family, and yeah, it's a lot to process. I'm still processing it. So yeah.
Especially because your grandma was like a second parent to you.
Yes.
And the dog caught a fly.
Dog. Yeah, good girl. Lay down. Oh, but yeah, it's
really hard, and so tomorrow or Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wednesday we'll figure out some more about the bone biopsy and figure out what to do next, where to go from there. So, yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. It sucks. And the only thing I have to, my complaints is this past week, besides, leaving behind my old life and trying to heal from that.
Yeah.
Is my dog got nervous, and so she wouldn't shit for a whole week. And so now, all of a sudden, she's having diarrhea. And just the gooeyest, nastiest diarrhea. Mm-hmm. We're getting back to solids.
Yeah, she's doing much better today.
She's doing much better today, but
yeah.
It's been a struggle. I'll get her leash out. I'm like, oh, you need to go. Okay, let's go. And then halfway down the hallway,
yep,
just an explosion. And I'm like, go, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I would say, too, it's been a big adjustment, you being here, and me also having a 13-year-old son who is deep within the hormones. He's really going through it. And it's been...
Kill my mom. I'm going to kill my dad.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, we've all been there, but you never wanted to hear it then, and they don't want to hear it now. We're always wrong, us parents.
Yeah, and he told on himself last night. We won't go into it, but
yeah. He's a sneaky little thing.
I was like, oh, buddy, I would have just
zip it.
Anyways. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what's coming up. So Halloween, All Hallows Eve, as if you will. Samhain, or if you read it, it looks like it's pronounced Samhain. Mm-hmm. The Samhain is an old Celtic festival, a Gaelic festival, if you will, celebrating the threshold between the end of harvest season and the winter. Mm. So, in days of old, when knights were bold and turlets weren't invented, they would carve these, what do you call them, turnips with these ghoulish faces, put them in the windows. It was supposed to scare off spirits, because apparently this fucking dog, what is happening?
She's trying to get a fly. Lay down. To your bed. There you go. She's the goodest girl. The goodest of girls.
The goodest of girls. She's interrupting my goddamn lecture. What was I saying?
My other dog.
Oh, Lord.
She's jealous. Anyway, we'll talk over her.
Anyways. In days of old, when knights were bold and turlets weren't invented, they would carve a turnip with a gruesome face and place it in the window to scare away the spirits, because this liminal space between the end of harvest season and the beginning of winter is when the Fae, or the Totidanen, can walk freely amidst the people and all of the spirits of the dead. So
Scary.
they would participate in several festivals, festivities, dressing as ghouls or spirits, and going from house to house to get, treats from your neighbor.
Oh, good luck.
Hence trick-or-treating. Good luck around here. Get the fuck away. And so all of this was brought over from Celtic, Irish and Scotch immigrants.
Nice.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow.
But yeah, also the history of the jack-o'-lantern.
Oh.
Because it does have that history from being used to scare off spirits, but also somebody wrote a little story back in the day that apparently there was a guy named Stingy Jack. Okay.
Yeah, from the movie we watched a little bit. Yeah, it was a good movie. I don't even remember.
What was it called?
I don't fucking know.
It was on Netflix.
It's something on Netflix.
It was ridiculous. The Wayans brothers, if that gives you any idea. Anyways, so Stingy Jack, basically, he went out drinking with the devil.
The devil.
The devil.
Bad boy.
He went to a bar with the devil, and he didn't have any money. So he's like, hey, Satan, if you could turn yourself into a coin and pay for these drinks, that'd be real cool. And so the devil turned himself into a coin, but Jack was like, you know what? I'm going to keep that motherfucker. Put it into his pocket right next to a crucifix. I was like, I'll let you out in a year.
1 year.
1 year, but you can't take my soul and you can't kill me. And he was like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Lets him out a year later. Okay. Somehow he again tricks Satan to climbing up into a tree for a piece of fruit, which just real simple, like, I guess. Satan doesn't come out looking too good in this one. And then he carves a cross in the base of the tree, and so Satan's stuck in the tree.
Oh.
The devil.
Poor tree.
The devil's stuck in the tree. And so they strike up a bargain again, like, give me...
Excuse you, Molly. No, ma'am.
This is a fucking nightmare. Anyways. Give me 10 more years. You still can't have my soul. And you still can't, kill me.
Yeah.
You cannot kill me. And so Jack dies, but he can't go to heaven because God doesn't want to mess with anyone who's been fraternizing with the devil.
Ew.
Because ew. And he can't go to hell because Satan made a promise. And also by this point, we can deduce that Satan's just tired of seeing this fucker. Yeah. So he's like, no. Yeah. So Jack is forced to wander the ether for all eternity with nothing but a lit coal to guide his way.
Oh.
And he puts that lit coal in a carved... Well, you can't see it if you put it in your house.
Oh, you can.
No.
He's made of Swiss cheese.
He's made of Swiss cheese. Okay. So he carves a turnip and he puts it in the turnip, and that is where the Jack of Lanterns comes from. A jack-o'-lantern. Yeah. To Celebration Station.
Yay.
Which is, when we kind of celebrate good things that are happening in our lives. The reason I want to call it Celebration Station is because when I was a child, we didn't go to Chuck E. Cheese. We went to Celebration Station. And Celebration Station, yes, it did. It had an animatronic mascot, and it was a Saint Bernard.
Yep. Extra
And
creepy.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Mary hated it.
Not a
Apparently.
fan.
Not a fan. Not a fan. But anyways, Mary, what was your favorite child Halloween costume that you wore?
Well, one year I did dress up as a Bell Witch, but I was very creative about it. It was a witch costume, but at the time, bell-bottom jeans were popular. So I figured I would wear the bell-bottom jeans and dress up as a witch, and I would be the Bell Witch or the bell-bottom witch. So that was my favorite costume, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did something similar with witch attire, and I can't believe my parents let me go out of the house like this. I was well, in polite terms, a sex worker witch. And in not so polite of terms, back when I was 13, I was a hooker witch.
Oh.
I went into my sister's closet.
Of course.
And I stole her. She had these pumps, these really tall pumps, like platform pumps. And I put them on, and I put really long nails on. And I had like this long ratty wig. And I stuffed my bra. And I can't believe my mother. I don't think I told her I was a hooker witch. I think she's just like, oh, that's cute.
Oh, cute. Hooker witch. Those costumes when you're little and you put your own imagination in, those turn out the best. I do have a picture of me and my bell bottom.
I have a picture of me too.
Ooh,
I need to find it.
Them.
Oh, we do.
We need to share them.
If I can find it, we'll share it. Weirdest Halloween costume that you ever did?
Well, the time that we went trick-or-treating when we were much too old to do that, I dressed up in a Bush mask, like George W. Bush. Had his mask on, Oxford polo, tie, tucked into a pair of my stepdad's Wolverine boxers, and I had fishnets and knee-high boots on.
I remember that.
This is very bold.
I remember that.
Very bold.
Yeah, I had a full body ape suit,
which was a very sweaty experience.
Very sweaty experience. It was fun scaring your little brother and his friends, like jumping out from the bush. But
it was fun when you would wear it outside of Halloween as well. In the car.
That's a weird ass teenager.
We're all a little weird.
I had a full body ape suit that I made a t-shirt that said "I love Patrick Swayze" on it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying to be an asshole. This was right before he died. I didn't know he had pancreatic cancer. I had no idea. I'm just running around in an ape suit.
Patrick Swayze
shirt on. So dumb. Your favorite Halloween treat?
The caramel apple lollipops. Those are really good.
Those are very good.
Paydays, mounds.
Caramel apples, period.
Yeah. Oh my God, I need one. Oh, I gotta go to Kroger.
Going up to, we used to go back in the day.
Ooh.
We'd get to Gatlinburg. You can't go to Gatlinburg anymore because it's a fucking nightmare.
Well, you can go, but you'll wish that you didn't.
You'll wish you were dead.
Wish that you didn't.
But we would get caramel apples at the old time candy kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was good. Worst Halloween handout, and I will die on this hill.
Yeah.
Don't you those fucking people that hand out popcorn.
Or apples.
Popcorn, what a horrible treat.
It's not nice.
It's not nice. It is a trick.
This might be a child's only opportunity to have candy all year.
And popcorn is dry. It sucks the moisture out of your mouth. Yeah. It has zero to little flavor. I never got like a candy corn.
No.
Or no, not candy corn, caramel corn. It's just plain dry popcorn.
Yeah. Well, some of the neighborhoods, the rich neighborhoods, would have an actual popcorn machine, like you get at the movie theaters. They'd have it outside, and they'd
Oh,
run it.
still, I don't want popcorn.
Yeah, it's just not
Popcorn.
the time.
I'm gonna say it right now. Popcorn sucks.
Don't do it.
I
Don't be
fucking-
that person.
Period. Popcorn sucks. Why do people fucking get it? I don't get it. Like
No.
people are like, oh, I have to have popcorn when I'm in the movies. Why? Popcorn
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It just sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that always pissed me off. You go, oh, here's a little baggie of popcorn for you. I'm like, thanks for the trash. So, Mary,
Yeah.
this is a little bit of, so this is our first. I'm gonna harpoon your dog like a
Yeah.
fucking Arctic seal.
We have a new member.
I swear to God.
My dog Molly is now part of the podcast, apparently. She's providing background noise for everyone, but next time we will do this while another adult's in the house too. She's very codependent, everyone.
She's very codependent. But yeah, so casting intentions. So
okay.
going forward in this season, I will have a job that I don't hate. Please.
There you go.
And I will be able to spend more time on art and dedicating myself to perhaps applying for school.
It's awesome.
And Mary?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go back to school again. I just graduated. I'm going to go get the second half of what I need and, yeah, go work as a nurse and get shit on by people.
But I mean, in
I don't want that.
these
I
are
don't
like
want that.
goals for the long term. In the short term, yeah, I'm just gonna find. I'll find something that pays the bills.
Yeah, and you'll find a nice house. I know we were disappointed by
God willing. God willing.
trying to look at one and then some, develop. Well, these people that come in, they flip the houses and.
Yeah, it's like
take affordable housing away.
people
from
who actually need like a home to live in,
Yeah.
and then you have these people who are like, I'll just drop $200,000 cash on it and flip it and then sell it for more, and then, well,
Yep.
Goodbye shelter.
Yep. It was sad. It was a cute little farmhouse.
It was cute, but yeah,
cute.
it was a good location. But I'll find something.
It was probably haunted by a headless child.
One can only hope.
Yeah.
I hope that every night they're working on that headless little girl comes tap dancing down the stairs.
Mm-hmm. I hope the ghost pants, whoever is in the house, just rip their clothes off in front of company.
Oh,
God.
All right.
Aw.
Well, thank you for joining us. We had
you.
fun. I'm
Fucking
getting.
shit, Mom.
I am going to get the harpoon.
No.
Anyways, I won't.
But yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks.